Nigga!
You DeMar DeRozan missing out a fight.
Welcome everyone to 2K Sports. The stage is set, the fans are buzzing, and two teams ready to go. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. Go. So New York wins the tip. Here's Ionescu. To the inside. Here's Jones. Lays it up and banks it in.
And you can tell Jones knows when it's time to get physical. Goes inside and takes charge of the paint.
Pass to Carrington. Pick off in midair. Here's Ionescu. And here is Thomas. To the left wing. There's the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, she keeps the defense honest there by spacing the floor. Threes are big for this offense.
First quarter of play. 1 minute played. To the middle. To the wing right side. 6 on the shot clock. Screen by Jones. Here's Stewart. They get the rebound. The shot, no good. Now Carrington. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Oh, just getting it done from the mid-range. You see how dangerous she can be from there.
Here's Ionescu. New York, no good that time either. For three, another three for Chicago. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Jones, takes it off the glass.
Well, I like her being aggressive even in close because she knows she has what it takes to capitalize.
Outside Wilson. Fires the three, and the three ball is good. Here's Ionescu. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Stewart with it. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And have to be aware of Stewart inside. So good at attacking opponents' weak spots.
Out to the wing. Three-pointer. Here's Wilson. Doesn't go that time. Excellent D that time from Jones. Out to the right wing. Down low.
Well, Jones isn't afraid to bang and bump down low. That tough mentality inspires her entire team.
Yeah, I like how she can keep defenders off balance.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Chicago.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
Well, what impresses me most about Jonquel Jones is her versatility. She's a three-level scorer with great handles for her 6'6" size, a solid rebounder, and on the other end, she's an all-defensive team level player.
Here's Ionescu. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. To the wing on the left. Screen by Jones. New York, no good that time either. Chicago leading by 5. Stewart passes to Gray. Over in the corner, Williams takes the three, sinks the three-pointer.
Just working off the ball. She stays ready to catch and fire.
And now the first timeout called here for the Liberty.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play, get some points, and give this team some confidence.
Substitution on the court.
We've got 1:13 left to play here in the first. Williams comes with a double team. Here's Laney Hamilton. Pocket 6. Pass to Sabali. Here's Burke. It's hauled in by Stewart. Here's Chicago. They're on a 16-6 run. The three. Another three for Chicago.
Right now, she has the hot hand. If they're smart, they'll keep getting her the rock.
New York trails by 11. Lays it up off the glass.
Assist goes to Maureen Johannes.
35 seconds left here in the opening quarter. On the wing, Williams. Showing some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And it's Shepard missing. Here's Laney Hamilton. Over to the left wing. Lets it go from 11. No good that time. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Chicago leads by 9. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
Now, here's Thomas. On the wing, Carrington. New York trails by 9. The quick look, no good that time. Chicago with the ball. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
The balance, the focus. She's good at staying locked in on the task at hand.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
A nice shot by Ionescu.
Contact can't slow Ionescu down. Sticks with her inside shot and finishes strong.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Pass to Burke. Pulls up, and the jumper is good.
From the minute that left her fingertips, you could tell that jumper was pure.
Here's Carrington. The offensive rebound. McBride on the wing. Second chance shot. Here's Wilson. They shoot again. Yep, that one goes.
Catch and shoot looks are generally high percentage, especially when she's shooting.
New York calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And New York making a change here. Here's Ionescu. Takes the 13-footer, and it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Gray. It's blocked.
That was a statement block right there. Can't throw that weak stuff up around her.
And New York making a change here.
Jones, Leone Bebish, Natasha Cloud.
Outside Williams. On target from 13 feet. Williams has got the lead up to 11 now for Chicago. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Stewart. Wilson grabs the board. Chicago with the ball. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Wasted no time on that one.
Shooting while in rhythm. The defense has got to be more mindful of her ability to pull up off the dribble.
Jones finds Stewart. Floats one up. Wilson with the block. Here's Williams. Another one falls for Chicago.
Well, if you give her that midi, she'll take it. No problem dropping the jumper.
Here's Ionescu. Pass to Stewart. No good again that time. Williams passes to Shepard. The kick out to Williams. And here's Stewart. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Six to shoot. Fade away. And it goes down 2 points.
I like the smooth release on her shot there. That's the product of practice.
Now Williams. 56 seconds left in the first half of the game. Over to the wing. Here's Gray. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Cloud. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Chicago leading by 16. Here's Gray. Again, Chicago.
Off the catch, she's right in rhythm. Great possession.
Here's Ionescu. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Giving Ionescu soft touch around the rim. Defenses try to deny letting her inside.
Williams inside. Here's Wilson. Misses from short range. And so it's Chicago with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Back to the action in just a minute. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And Chicago has possession. To the left side wing. New York trails by 16. Pass to Cloud. Fires for three. It's hauled in by Stewart. Chicago with the ball. Here's Ionescu. Here's Cloud. Outside, Jones. New York moving it around. Just 5 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. Ionescu can't get it to go. Chicago leading by 16. Plum, no good. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Pass to Stewart. Fades back. Good work there as it goes.
Not a lot of players these days operate in that space, but Stewie just loves that mid-range.
Here's Ionescu. And again, no good by Chicago. New York trails by 14. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. They set the pick. Jacks up a three. Cloud misses. Setting up the half-court offense now.
They've got to find a way, not enough ball movement or body movement when they get in the half-court.
Here's Carrington. Pass to Stewart. This one for three. And no good that time. Thomas against Stewart.
Chicago foul. First personal foul. First team foul. Now into the lineup for Chicago, Jessica Shepard. Clark.
Jones with it. Here's Cloud. Shot clock at 6. Right wing. Pass to Ionescu. Chicago leading by 14. From downtown. And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Chicago making a switch here. And here are the Liberty now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Here's Ionescu. New York, no good that time either. Now here's Thomas. Pass to Carrington. Ionescu. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Left side, Jones. Here's Ionescu. New York, no good that time either. Now Carrington. Trying to end the drought. Offensive rebound. Clark outside. For the three. That's good. It's Thomas picking up the assist.
Well, this is her shot. Clark is an absolute terror from beyond the arc, whether she's set or moving.
Now a timeout called by the Liberty. So it's both teams making substitutions here. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Shooting foul as the whistle blew. She'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, right there she's telling him, if you want to stop me, you have to foul me.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Both shots good from the stripe. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Out left to the wing. To the inside, Thomas. Here's Wilson, and the layup's good off the glass. And Chicago leads by 17.
Well, I'm sure the coaching staff's happy with her after those hustle points. Those could be big.
Back to Burke. Pass to Zabali. Just 4 to shoot. New York, no good that time either. Chicago leading by 17. To the middle. From deep. Another 3 for Chicago.
And right there, she shows her touch from long distance. She's got a nice shot.
Burke looking over the floor. Pass to Zabali. From the arc. New York, no good that time either. Stewart with the steal. Now Burke. Nice shot off that time. And so it's Chicago controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll return shortly. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game. We reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Here's Ionescu. Chicago leading by 20. Thomas passes to Clark. To the paint. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Good on the triple.
No problem with that one. She gets to her spot in the corner and knocks it down.
Pass to Zabali. Here's Ionescu, driving the lane. Off target at the rim. Thomas passes to Clark. Outside Wilson, clock at 6. A fader. It's rebounded by New York. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Zabali. Pass to Burke. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Gray. Chicago leading by 23. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. That's good by Wilson.
Well, that's how you run the pick and roll. She waits for the screener to slip and then makes the pass right when she needs to.
Pass to Laney Hamilton. Here's Ionescu. Inside. Shot's good by Zabali.
And there are so many skills Ionescu has offensively, but her feel for the game, knowing when to dish, incredible.
Now, here's Thomas. Shoots the 3. Trains the 3-pointer.
Wait, did you see her range? That's no run-of-the-mill 3-point shot.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Ionescu. From outside the arc, Thomas grabs the rebound. They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
And here are the Liberty now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Pass to Zabali. Here's Ionescu. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
not ignoring the middle part of the court. The more of these Ionescu hits, the more space she'll get from defenders.
Now here's Thomas. There's a minute 34 left to play in the final quarter. Shot's good by Wilson.
She looks pretty comfortable going to work there in the mid-range. I think she likes that shot.
And here is Burke. Pass to Zabali. Good D by Thomas. Here's Chicago. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And that one's good by Clark.
Well, when Clark's on the floor, defenses in general have to extend outward, and that creates driving opportunities.
Here's Ionescu. Pass to Laney Hamilton. Lets it go from deep. Ionescu can't get it to go. And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
I'll tell you, she really answered the bell today. She's been a force.
Here's Laney Hamilton. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Here's Thomas. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Driving in. The train. The three-pointers right on target.
Well, she can hurt you from deep when you give her a chance, and the defense just learned the hard way.
Here's Ionescu. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching. And now we present our player of the game.